I mean Vang Vieng. Vang Vieng. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. Anyways, it's a cloudy day today. I think that's the first time while being in Asia where it's a full day of clouds. That's crazy. It's also the most touristy place I've been on this trip by far. This could be a place in the Alps in France where people go skiing. It's kind of that vibe you get. All kinds of rentals, scooter rentals instead of ski rentals, tours. It's all over. All over. So it's quite something different than what I just been experienced in that old town. By the way, these videos, I really like them. I hope you like them too. My stomach flu is kind of over. I'm just like still lacking a little bit of energy in the body. So if I look a little bit tired, that's the reason why. Hopefully there will be enough energy to walk around here, the city, for a bit. And then when the tourist level goes up, the coffee level go down. Only had 2 cups of coffee here though. None of them are good. So see if we can find some nice coffee today and then just walk north, see what we can find, and hopefully I'll have enough energy to make a video out of this. Let's see what we can find. So far in Laos I only met friendly dogs, but in Thailand was a lot of angry ones. It's really nice. It feels way safer walking around like this here than in Thailand, like dog compare-wise. The rest of the safety is the same as in Thailand. Feel really safe walking around in general here. Vang Vieng is in a valley, so there's mountain all over, and then there is like a small river here. So it is like wherever you go, it's so beautiful. Like this is the canvas around the city. Look at these small houses here. Wonder if something you can rent or somebody lived there. It's probably something you can rent. But they look so nice. And look at the background here. It's just stunning. If the coffee is just half as good as the view here, it's gonna be a great coffee, that's for sure. Look at this place. Right now I wish I had the budget to hire a helicopter and fly through the valley here and film. That would be so fucking cool. One thing is the view, another thing is the coffee. The view is definitely better than the coffee. Let's conclude still to find a place with really nice coffee in this city. The view makes it up for the coffee though. Looks like there are a whole bunch of small cabins here. And this was the one from before, which looks like it's part of this complex here. That's super cool. Don't think you can see the view that well from down there though. And then a small little lake. And this cafe is all about the Instagram. So many people standing and taking pictures of all this. It's kind of funny to see. Says the guy with the biggest camera on this cafe. It wasn't the worst coffee I had, but it wasn't the best either. Pretty average. Gonna try to go a little bit out of the center of the city and see if it's a little bit less touristy there. I'm just gonna walk north and then see. And if we don't find anything, we can always just enjoy the beautiful surrounding of this city. All of these ones are fire stoves. If you're ever in this city and need a fire stove, you can also buy that here. As you can see, we're way out of the touristy area now. I talked a little bit about it before in one of my other videos. Carlsberg, there's a Danish beer brand which is all over this country. And the other day I was thinking, because I saw an event where Beer Laos, which is the local beer, a lot of the Carlsberg products was kind of mixed, and that made me think maybe Carlsberg owns Laos beer. And I checked it out, and in fact they do. So Laos beer, the beer I had all over this country, is a Danish beer. It's not, but it's owned by a Danish company. It actually also made me think that maybe that will give me a chance to get into the actual brewery in Vang Vieng. Whenever I get back there, I'll try and write to Carlsberg in Danish. Sometimes that helps. I tried that some other places in the world. If you know there's Danish people working at a company, just write them in Danish. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to get in there. All the Lao people are drinking Lao beer, and that's so funny that my small country kind of owns that. Like Laos is also a small country, but it's a little bit bigger than Denmark though. Denmark is 5.5, maybe 6, and Laos is 7, if I remember correctly. I just saw that sign and then thought about it. Let's continue up the road. Now I'm so far away from the touristy area that they start to sell aircons. It's so funny and it's really hard to capture on camera. Sometimes it will happen when people approach me and talk to me, but in general really hard to capture the surroundings when I'm walking. How are people looking at me? How are people waving? How are people's reactions to me being there? And it was so funny being in the city. Nobody really noticed me, and the further and further I got out here, the more people was just looking at me, just saying like, what are you doing out here walking around, white man? That's at least what I'm thinking they're thinking. Because there's no foreigner here walking around. There's a lot of people in cars going to whatever trip they're gonna take. It also looks like there are some rafting in the canal or whatever that is here. There's a lot of canoes, boats, and these rubber rings you can sit in, which I'm definitely not gonna do. Just so interesting how they changed the surrounding just walking a few kilometers. What do you think this thing is? It looks like it's a factory, and it must be something to do with harvest, because it looks like this thingy there is have like this grill thing to filter out soil or something like that. And it's full of boys working there, and they're really excited about the girl standing right there. Looks like this is just one big grave or an honor of somebody. It's a huge area here. It's such a beautiful place to be buried if somebody is buried there. I've been trying to translate these signs here, banners. The app won't do it, so I can't. And I looked on the map, it doesn't say what it is at all. There is nothing. Now we just have to leave it at, this is a really beautiful place to be buried. I said it before and I will gladly say it one more time. Look at the mountains there. It's so pretty. This is something that's a little bit funny to me. And we tried the same thing in Thailand in one of the markets there. I just walked past here. There are 5 stands here. They all sell mandarins. They all sell the same thing. Why wouldn't you try something else or go somewhere else? They're all selling the same thing. It's so weird. I don't understand. I'm not quite sure if this is a market or what. It looks like it. And it looks very local also. Let's check it out. It's kind of like being in a cave, being that way. And they're selling all kinds of random stuff, clothing, plates, you name it. And then here, looks like it's more fruit and food. I actually want to try and check out what the bananas are here. They were so cheap in the city. I paid $15 for like 30, 40 bananas. I never bought that many bananas in one go in my life before. It'd be funny to see if they're even cheaper here. Not really anything with prices on. It was the same at the market in the small town I was in a few days ago. I don't want to ask about the price and then not buy anything. I'm a little bit too polite to do that. Looks like this is the back side of the market. Let's try and go in again here. It is really like being in a cave, walking around here. It's super cozy actually. There's a hairdresser in here also. Super nice little market if you need local stuff. The market is right in here, and then the outside here is also full of shops. But here is electronic repairs. So old school in this day and age where we just use things and throw them out, and some stuff can't even be repaired anymore. Like it's built in a way that it can't be repaired. It's so amazing to see electronic stores here. It warms up my heart to see that we are not completely lost in this world. Just throw out. There are still some people repairing stuff. I think there are 3 of them here as I've seen so far. Just walking slowly and steady towards the city again. I actually thought there wasn't that much more to see, And then down a road here, I thought it was some kind of temple. Let's go see what it's all about. This is definitely also a place people don't go. Somebody in the comment section mentioned that when you go into temple as a man, most places you're allowed to wear shorts. I don't know if that's true or not, but I want to be respectful anyways. There's definitely no tourists here, and I feel like right now there is nobody here at all. Let's go in. It was this one that drew my attention all the way out from the road. It looks like they're renovating the space also. It says Monk Lower Secondary School here. And it seems like everybody is off though, if it's still a school. Like normally at these temples there would be somebody around somewhere, but I don't see anybody at all. It is definitely still in operation because there are clothing hanging, drying. Take a look at this boat here. I think it's 20 meters long or something like that. And then half a meter wide. So there are somebody staying in there. When I was putting away my pants, there was a boy coming out, 8 years old probably, 10 maybe, in monk clothing, out of the temple. So it probably is some kind of school. I've never seen any monk like that age. I've seen young, 16, 15 years old, but never that young. So I guess we visited a school. Oh, back towards the city. I'm actually supposed to go that way, but I feel like this house down there kind of caught my attention. It actually looks like a private area, so I'm not gonna go all the way in there. It just looks so beautiful here with the trees and then the yellow color. And this is really far away from the touristy place here. And even in this area here, when I walked around, you can see there is a dog there. They've all been super friendly. Like I'm not even really alert when I'm walking past the street dogs anymore because they're all just super friendly. Either they just say hi or they don't care about you at all. I'm also just thinking about it. Like this is also Vang Vieng. It's not called Vang Vieng. What is it called here? Vang Vieng. This city. This is also this. This is kind of crazy because everything else you see is the touristy, all the attraction, all the thing you can do, all the mountains, everything. This is the local. It's here the local lives. In Denmark there will be something called Department of Work Safety or something like that. That will make sure that every construction site, every workplace kind of follows some kind of safety regulation. That is not the case here. Just walk past this construction work and it looked like being a bigger construction. It's not just a little house or something like that. And the people working there were wearing flip-flops. Like if you did that in Denmark and that safety thing came out, they will shoot you. Like right away, they will shoot you. It's just really something different with this work safety here. And as a Dane as me, sometimes I feel like not looking because it looks so scary for me. All of this is said in a funny tone because it's just really interesting and funny for me to see this. I wish, however, that safety was a little bit better though. But hopefully there's not too many people getting hurt and all that. But it's I just walked past there and looked down on his feet and then he was wearing flip-flops. And pouring concrete at the same time in my head. Like maybe if you were doing something at home in your garden at summertime, people will do that. But definitely not on a construction site like that. In the center of the city where I'm standing now is this huge space where there's nothing. It's just bare. There are some street food stands over here. that's kind of it. Super weird. Anyways, I'm kind of starting to run out of energy. Hopefully soon I will be perfect. And by soon I mean tomorrow. But this is also Vang Vieng. It's not just all the tourist parts. There are also all the other stuff here, locally. Thank you for watching this short little walk around the city. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. See you in the next one. Oh, before we leave, check out the mountains here. This kind of reminds me of when I was in Las Vegas with my girlfriend at the time. She said, I feel like it's a cardboard mountains they put around Las Vegas because it's super pretty around Las Vegas, and that's not really what you image in your head if you've never been there before. It's kind of the same feeling here. Like it's so much that it feels like it's not natural.